world won't stop if you take some rest. But if you want, maybe the one who will stop is you. But what if our circumstances are creating us as well as we are creating our circumstances? If your baseline believes that everything is suffering and I have to suffer to deserve something and there is no other way, trust me, there will be no other way for you. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. It's been a while, but we're back now. And in this video, I really feel like talking about the concept that life is suffering, that you have to suffer in order to be deserving of something, and so on. So let's start. And I have so much empathy for each of you who still thinks and believes with their whole heart that suffering is an innate part of our life, because in order to deserve something, you need to go through many things, you know? But this is what really prevents you from being worthy on your own, because it literally contradicts the belief that we are worthy just because we are, just because we exist. We're already worthy inherently. It really contradicts this belief. And you cannot hold both. You cannot. You cannot believe at the same time that life is suffering and you need to go through things to deserve something, and to believe that, oh my God, I'm worthy just as I am, and yeah, I deserve everything. It's still up to you to make the choice, but you have to do that choice. There's no other option. If you look at history, I believe it was very convenient for some people to make society believe that we have to suffer, and this is an innate part of life. But think about it. Some people decided that they would say other people that suffering is an innate part of life just for their own good. And right now, you're still carrying those beliefs, because those beliefs were given to your grandparents, and your grandparents gave these beliefs to your parents, and the cycle is vicious. To be honest, this believe that suffering is a part of life, it is tied to so many things in our life. This is one of the biggest of them. The belief that we are worthy only after achieving something, only after going through some certain lessons, only after doing anything. But the core truth, the core belief you should carry, that you are worthy just because you are, just because you exist. The universe decided so when you were sent to this earth. God, universe, whatever you believe in. And the reason why it was so difficult for us to get rid of this feeling and this belief is that at some point of our lives, we started identifying ourselves with suffering. Because your subconscious mind questioned this: who am I without suffering? It is pretty deep, you know. You cannot just get rid of this belief right away because it's freaking deep inside of you. Once again, as I've told many times before, that it's not conscious at freaking all. But the thing is that it's not gonna shift if you're not gonna work with your subconscious mind. Let's dive deeper into a concept that I've mentioned before, that we are believing so stubbornly, once again, that life is suffering and this is supposed to be like this. But some people cannot notice this because something might be happening around you and you're just being like, oh my God, I am in hell. This is all. You are going into victim mindset every time something challenging comes your way. That's the root. I don't know why society really believes that it is a good thing to be a victim. But what if our circumstances are creating us as well as we are creating our circumstances? Internalizing this belief that life is not suffering and I am the creator of my own life and I can choose how to experience my journey means that you have to take a really large amount of responsibility on you. And it really scares us, I think. When we're talking about suffering as a notion, I think we have to be dealing with the concept of responsibility. Because responsibility is something that really scares a victim. It does not exist in their reality. If I am a victim, everything is happening to me. I can't do anything about it. I'm not controlling it. Are you guys kidding me? And all in this kind. But what if you do? What if you do? And this is what scares us so much. This is what keeps us from letting go of this belief, taking responsibility for our choices, our path, our mind, and our own reactions. Because if I am a victim and I'm reacting this way or I'm overreacting, that's normal. Come on, guys. This is so challenging. This is so hard for me. Of course, I'm gonna do that. I'm not telling that there are no challenging periods of life and everything is lowland. No, of course. And it's gonna be hard sometimes, especially when you're going out of your comfort zone and you're meeting new people, new places, you move in new places and all that. Of course, it's gonna be hard for you. But this is your choice how to experience that and whether or not to believe that life is suffering. If something challenging comes your way, it does not mean that life is suffering. Challenges are innate parts of life, suffering not. For instance, something challenging comes your way. I don't know, you're stepping out of your comfort zone, you're meeting new people, you're losing old people and all that. And you are on the edge of being a victim. Like, oh my God, life is happening to me. I can't control that. What if this time, when you'll be going through this challenging period, you'll be gentle with yourself as much as possible, but you won't go into beliefs that, oh my God, everything is so awful and I have to suffer all the time and life is suffering. What if we start approaching this more consciously and telling ourselves, yes, right now I'm going through a challenging period of my time. And that's totally normal because I'm growing through those periods. That's absolutely not a conversation because I love challenging periods as much as I don't like the feeling I am experiencing during this. Even though it's so painful sometimes, it's uncomfortable, but this is the biggest moments of growth. What if we're starting approaching this more consciously by telling ourselves, yes, right now I feel pain. Right now it is very hard for me and I fully admit it and I validate this. However, it does not mean that I'm going to believe that life is suffering. It does not mean that I'm going to believe that life is happening to me. I think this is when we misunderstand concepts so badly. It's really illogical. You are crying on your bed, asking God for help, for making you a person you always wanted to be. You cannot be the person from the place where you are right now. You need to grow into that person before having what you want. Interesting. How are we gonna grow? Through periods of challenges, through periods when we're stepping out of our comfort zone. This is the moment of biggest growth. It's not a suffering, it's the biggest gift you've ever had. All I'm talking about, not to be delusional and think, no, there is nothing challenging in life. There is no hard periods for me. I'm not feeling pain. No, I'm just having all that. No, but to accept that happiness and joy are natural states of human being. Once again, it does not mean that it's not gonna be hard for you anytime, even with this internalized belief. No, but you will go through the periods of challenges with grace, grounded in the knowing that it's gonna be beneficial for you. You're gonna grow through this experience. It's not gonna break you, it's gonna make you only stronger. This is about how we approach things. It's not about going from one edge to another. No, it's about being easy about life, you know? That's the way you win it. There is no other way. The more you resist, the more you will pay for it. Resistance creates even more resistance. And on the other side of resistance is the flow. That's the thing. That's all I'm suggesting. Stop going into victim mindset just because you are afraid of being responsible for your life, for the way you feel, for the actions you take. At the end of the day, the only person who is truly free is the one who can take full responsibility for his life. And lastly, I want to talk to you about overcomplicating things. Yes, I know what it is. Sometimes the only thing you need when you're so stressed, you're so worried about something, you're just constantly in surviving mode and your nervous system is on edge. Give yourself a space for breathing, stop yourself and say, like, okay, I have 5 minutes. No matter what you're going through, and no deadline will be killed by just 5 minutes sitting with yourself. Sit with yourself and affirm that first, my body, my condition, and my state, and everything later. Just later. Me first. I am of the biggest importance because world won't stop if you take some rest. But if you want, maybe the one who will stop is you. I think I've covered so many topics in this video because it's really been resonating with me lately. But anyway, stop believing that every challenge in your life is like the end of the world. Start finding some grace in it. At the end, this is our moments of biggest growth. One more thing, that if you still choose to believe that life is suffering, it only gets worse every single day, every single period of your time when you're facing something. Because you're not attracting what you want, you're attracting who you are. And if your baseline beliefs that everything is suffering and I have to suffer to deserve something and there's no other way, trust me, there will be no other way for you. And it's a pity. But once again, the choice up to you. I know it's going to be hard to take full responsibility for your life, for your mind, and for everything that is happening around you. You don't have to. Sometimes one thing that you have to do is to let go and say, like, it is what it is. Something that happened was meant to happen, and what's happening right now, it's not happening to me, it's happening for me, for my greatest good. And I know that I'll be stronger after that, even though it's freaking uncomfortable for me in the moment. One more time, it's never about dismissing your feelings and thinking delusional, and not validating yourself and even blaming yourself and thinking that, oh my God, there is something wrong with me for the way I think or the way you feel. The only belief you should be led by is that, once again, everything is happening for me, not to me. And yes, I am feeling pain. Yes, I am uncomfortable. Yes, I'm going through a shitty period, but it does not mean anything. It's just like a period of life. Sometimes you have to accept that some things won't make sense until it does. Please be more conscious of yourself, your thoughts, validate yourself, always be gentle with yourself, never be dismissive towards your own feelings, never be delusional towards your own state and thinking like, oh my God, no, right now that I'm feeling pain, it's wrong. No, it's not. It's freaking reasonable. Thank you so much for watching this video. I wish you the most beautiful day ever. And as usual, remember that you are more powerful than you think you are. Till the next time.